Hello everyone. Phil Spencer recently discussed the Activision Blizzard acquisition in an interview. I'm here to share the details with you. Let's get to it. Regarding the catalog that might be added to Game Pass, Phil Spencer, Xbox's CEO, states that no final decisions have been made yet. While an immediate addition isn't anticipated, there's optimism about a potential inclusion by 2024. He specifically says, no games from that catalog will be added to the service this year. If we had planned to include them in the subscription this year, we would have informed our users. He further notes that the recent acquisition is a long-term vision. Although it's disappointing not to have a wide range of games on Game Pass from the get-go, the future looks promising. It's also worth noting that Game Pass was mentioned several times throughout the interview. But there's one quote from Phil Spencer that stands out to me, which I wanted to share. There's no plan for that, but there is an opportunity. Essentially, based on these words, they're not certain about their next steps, but they do have aspirations. Phil Spencer has shared his perspective on the future of Call of Duty. I've already discussed this in a short video, which I've linked in the description for those who haven't seen it. However, even though what I'm about to share provides more clarity on the Xbox CEO's vision, it's essential to consider some nuances. For instance, when directly asked about the direction of Call of Duty, he doesn't delve into the topic of PC gamers. He essentially states that they are unique and already encompassed within the Xbox ecosystem. But for PlayStation and Nintendo, which I didn't touch upon in my previous video, he includes Nintendo as well. He says, we don't want PlayStation and Nintendo players to feel like they're missing out on exclusive content or unique experiences. Our goal is to achieve, complete parity across all platforms regarding Call of Duty releases and content, while respecting the individual differences of each console. Furthermore, Spencer emphasizes that they won't use Call of Duty as a marketing tool to boost Xbox console sales. It's genuinely appreciated that they aren't playing this card and are providing opportunities for all platforms. Of course, this comes after making a purchase, since that's the nature of franchises. And we continue with one of the sections that will take us the most time because, coincidentally, there are many intriguing points that hint at Xbox's future. Remember, we're talking about Xbox as a platform, not just the console. It's a comprehensive platform, very much so at the moment. Well, Spencer states that to be leaders in the future, it's essential to have a presence in the mobile realm. It's crucial for us to understand this market. The idea of reaching 2 billion players and making Xbox relevant to them is fascinating. However, this doesn't mean that all our franchises will adapt to mobile or adopt a completely free model. Here are several points. The first is that they want to enter the mobile market with Xbox as a platform. The second is that he doesn't rule out any business model, but it doesn't mean they'll incorporate all games into mobile devices. It's still up in the air. He then refers to a personal experience that I found amusing and represents something significant. Often, we think that Xbox bought Activision Blizzard mainly for Call of Duty. No, it's Call of Duty and other franchises that still have some success and market presence. But it seems there was more on the table that we weren't aware of. At least I wasn't paying attention. One reason is that when we talk about Activision Blizzard, that's the name we use. However, throughout the interview, he refers to Activision Blizzard King. It's interesting to note that he met with Microsoft's CFO and discussed the mobile market. So, that was already in his business plan. They noticed that King was dominant in a particular area, and that lit a bulb for them, thinking, if they're dominant, we can learn a lot from them to transition Xbox as a platform, not just a console, to the mobile market. And to have a future, because he talks a lot about the future, not just the present, but more like an old-timer saying, when I'm no longer here, maybe in 30 years, I hope Xbox is much bigger than it is now. But it's very enlightening because King was always on the table. The first trip he's going to make, along with the team he refers to as the leadership team, is here. No, they're not going to California to see the folks at Activision and Blizzard. No, he's taking a 12-hour flight to meet the King team. Throughout the interview, he makes many generic statements, but he also makes it very clear that he wants to talk to, collaborate with, and learn from the King team. He doesn't say the same about Blizzard or Activision. He also comments that his plate is full. Of course, it's full because, as they say, rats are the first to abandon a sinking ship. But the idea he floats in the interview is that he wants to connect with the teams behind certain franchises, and lead a transition to Xbox's philosophy. Well, we don't know to what extent that means one thing or another, but hey, that's the gist of it. So, the key takeaways from this interview are, don't expect anything new on Game Pass within a year, especially from Activision or Blizzard. and King might have some minor additions, maybe some small games. So, relax, they're giving themselves a year, and they keep emphasizing this 1-year timeline. Then, Call of Duty will be available on all platforms, well, any platform that naturally pays the royalties. And next, and I think this is the most crucial point, not just for us as users but for the gaming world, is that Xbox is going to dive deep into the mobile market. When I say dive deep, don't take it literally. What I mean is they're going to make their mark there and try to get a piece of the pie. That's about it. I have no reason to doubt Phil Spencer's words, especially since he clearly stated his intention for Xbox to be a platform and not just focus on the console, and he's been doing just that. He also made it clear at one point that he wanted to have renowned studios with great franchises. He's achieved that, and there are rumors of more acquisitions. If they take as long as this one did, there's no need to speculate, we'll see what happens. And one more thing I almost forgot, and I always forget something, sorry, is that he emphasized that Xbox, as per his intention, should have a significant franchise catalog. It's not about releasing many games but having a lot of franchises to lean on, essentially. Well, that's it for now. I hope you enjoyed this video and these brief explanations about Phil Spencer's interview, the CEO of Xbox. See you in the next video.